Okay. Emeli, welcome to the Getting After It podcast.
Thank you.
It's about time.
We've been talking about this for a long time.
I know, and I feel really bad. I do that to so many people. And if I have done that to you and you're listening to this, I apologize. Reach back out. But I'm really excited to talk to you today for many reasons. But I mean, before we go into all that stuff that I sent you information on or whatever, but I would love to just have you introduce yourself, how you're in the family, all that stuff, and then we can kind of jump into some of this stuff.
Okay. Well, hello. I am Emeli. I am Brett's sister-in-law. Drew's
Sister now, really.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, same thing.
I'm Drew's wife. He's been on here quite a few times.
I know. Yeah, which
A
makes
little
me
jealous,
even feel,
but that's okay.
It feels even worse because he's been on, I think, like 7 times. But anyways,
7 times? Really?
I think so. Yeah.
Wow.
He's like the #1 most returned guest besides Allie.
Oh, wow.
Can't really count Allie because she lives with me.
No,
so
she doesn't count.
yeah, she doesn't count.
Yeah.
But yeah. So you married into the family, and
Almost 10 years ago.
that's insane.
Next summer, it'll be 10 years.
That really is wild.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel that long.
So, like, what was that, your senior year? I was there when you graduated.
Yeah,
I went to your
yeah.
graduation.
It was. That was nuts. And then, like, as soon as I graduated, I went on the mission and all that stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. Like, just having another sister, really. Like that. It's cool because I feel that way about Jen too. But like having you in the family makes it like complete, and it's pretty cool to see that. So,
Oh, thanks.
but I wanted to have you on today because there is something I've talked a lot about on the podcast that I know you've dealt with too. But it's infertility, and it can be an uncomfortable thing to talk about. But I've like, after dealing it with myself and Allie, like she's not the one that has issues. Surprisingly, it's me.
Surprisingly.
I mean, that's the thing is everyone like always blames the woman, right? It's like, oh man, they can't have kids because the woman might have some issues, but it's me this time. Like I'm the issue, but not saying like it's an issue. I should rephrase that. It's not an issue. I just everyone's different. Everyone has problems, and it's been a really hard thing. Like it sucks. Like Allie and I, we talk about it all the time. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna have kids, but there's no, I guess, end in sight. Or
There's no when.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, like, yeah, there's no date. There's
nothing.
You don't know if it could happen next year or 5 years.
And there's so much unknown too. And so it's kind of I wouldn't say scary because no one's like in danger, but it's a hard thing to go through. Like just getting, hey, we'll see what happens in the next appointment. Like every single time we go see the doctor, and we have a big test coming up, I guess at the end of this month. It's going to be pretty telling whether or not like we can have kids based on the medicine we've been taking and all that. But long way of me introducing what we're talking about today. But I know, you've dealt with it and you've been pretty open about it, which I respect because it's hard to be. And I would love to just hear you walk us through your journey.
Yeah.
What it was like to, you felt something was off or something happened, and then your diagnosis, and then just maybe go into it just a little bit there.
Yeah. So I feel like we should start off by saying everyone goes through their own journey, right? And what worked for me to, get through it might be different than what will work for you. And although we are both, I went through and you are going through infertility, they are still like separate stories, right? Like, so, I mean, you guys are going through worse than what we feel like I felt. Do you feel that way?
No.
I feel like what you guys are going through is worse than
Really?
what we went through. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just perspective, but like it sucks, but I don't know. I'm sure get into some of this stuff, but I don't want to.
Yeah. I don't want to downplay. Everyone goes through their own stuff. But so about maybe a little over a year after being married, we came down here for my best friend's wedding. And it was here we found out we were pregnant for the first time. I hadn't been on like birth control or anything like that.
Yeah.
Pretty much our entire marriage. I also didn't know anything about like trying for a baby. It was just kind of like, hey, we're pregnant. Like we weren't trying.
What happened?
And so I remember like driving home back to Rexburg. It's when we were living in Idaho. We were driving home and we were talking about like all the baby names and all the new stuff. And we were looking at like baby outfits on Amazon and like adding things to like a cart. You know, we were just like so excited. About a week later, we had a miscarriage. I think I was probably around 5 weeks along. Man. Went to the doctor. He said like, oh, it can be kind of common. Yeah. So we were like, okay, well, whatever. All of my sisters have had no problem getting pregnant.
Really?
No problem having babies. And so I didn't think like anything would be wrong.
Yeah.
And then 3 months later, the same thing happened. We found out we were pregnant and then we had a miscarriage like a week after finding out.
Yeah.
Doctor said the same thing. Like, we can't do anything until you have 3 or more.
Really?
Like, we can't do any tests or anything. That's what he told us. Yeah.
That's horrible. Make people go
You're
through
like,
3.
Yeah. So 3 months later, it happened again. Like, had a miscarriage, went into the doctor, and he said, okay, well, let's do some blood work. Did some blood work. Everything was generally normal. There was one test that came back like slightly positive, but he was like, it's nothing. Yeah. And this is just like a regular OB, not a fertility specialist or anything.
Oh, okay. So just like whoever you saw in Rexburg, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I had a friend who worked for a fertility specialist, and actually, maybe we were still in Rexburg when we had our 4th. We went in for an ultrasound earlier because we had this history of miscarriages, and we found out I had an ectopic pregnancy.
What is that?
It's where the baby gets stuck in your fallopian tube instead of going all the way to your uterus.
I've heard that actually.
Yeah. And if you don't catch it early enough, like it can be life-threatening, right, and you can have a tube removed and stuff. And luckily for us, we caught it early enough. Yeah. And they gave me like a shot to help it pass, and it was very, very vulnerable time for me because it hurt very bad. I think he like compared it to having like a shot of chemo, like what it does to your body, like putting just that much stress on your body.
Oh, geez.
And I
didn't know that. That's brutal.
It was not fun at all. And like Drew had to help me walk and stand and get out of bed. And man, I hate being vulnerable around people. Yeah. And we had only been married for a year and a half. No, maybe 2 years. I guess 2 years at this point. And I just still wasn't. I didn't love to be like that. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways,
which makes sense.
So we moved back to Arizona, and I had a friend who worked for a fertility specialist down here. And so she got us an appointment fairly quickly, and we went in, and she was like, great, like it doesn't seem like anything is super wrong, but here, let's give you all this, like we can try IUI, we'll make it to IVF, but
what's IUI?
IUI is where they like take the sperm and they insert it in you instead of like mixing them and then putting it in. So we did that. We did like in this like ultrasound thing where they like put fluid in your uterus to make sure nothing is blocked and anything. Yeah. We got pregnant like a month after doing that. And then like everything seemed great. We went in for ultrasound. We got to see the heartbeat of the baby at like 6 weeks. And then the day after that ultrasound, after seeing the heartbeat, we had miscarriage.
No
and
way.
It was
I don't think I knew that.
It was very hard because we were like, we just saw the heartbeat yesterday. Like what? I didn't do anything.
Oh, that's heartbreaking.
In the last day that could like
have done that.
Yeah. And so, that was our 5th miscarriage or loss. Yeah. And the specialist we were seeing was like, okay, well, let's try IUI next. Yeah. And we weren't really comfortable with it because we obviously are not having a hard time getting pregnant. Yeah. It was just keeping the pregnancies that like wouldn't stay.
I can't imagine that. That's just like, I can imagine being in that situation. And for me, I would feel a lot of fear for like just trying again. Be like, I don't know if like, I don't want to go through that again or put like my wife.
It was hard
that.
to get excited.
Yeah.
Like, and I mean, even when we got pregnant with Reese and even Margot, like, it's hard to be excited at first because you're like, what if it's just another, and you don't want to hurt. You don't want to get yourself like hyped up to just be let down again. Yeah. It was not fun.
At least with what I'm going through. And, I don't know, you might have felt this way too, but like infertility has brought many feelings to me where I just feel broken. Like a lot of the time I'm like, what is wrong with me? Like all these guys out there who can have kids, like they have a sperm. Like how come I don't? Like so weird. I mean, obviously I have like hormone issues and a tumor in my brain, but like I just really, when we found out all this stuff, it was a good like 2 months where I was like, I'm just broken. Like, and then I felt like I felt bad for Allie because I was like, you know, she's expecting a family. I can't give it to her. And it's just all these self-degrading thoughts like came all the time. Did you ever deal with anything like that?
All the time.
Really?
I was always like, I always apologized to Drew. Like, I'm sorry you married me.
Yeah.
I'm not worthy to be married to you. Sorry, I'm going to like start crying. Oh my gosh.
It's tough. I mean, it's a hard topic.
Yeah. I thought I wasn't enough. I was like, I'm a woman and I can't even do my like womanhood duty, like to have babies. Like I'm sure Drew hates me because he expected to get married and have kids. And here I am and I can't have kids. And it was, lots of horrible self-talk. And it was really hard to come out of that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
The only reason I think I got through it, and like we still don't have a solution, but it's because, you know, one, Allie helps me, and then two, like I remember I'm a child of God, which we can get into that stuff later. But sorry to interrupt you with your story. Oh, you were saying you're seeing a doctor in Arizona, and
so we had someone in your mom's ward actually was seeing a doctor.
I remember this lady. Yes.
Yeah, and your mom was like, "Hey, you should just call him."
Yeah.
Like, why not? And I don't know who the lady was. Like, maybe I met her once and we like connected that story. But I had never met her before, and I was like, we're already seeing a fertility, but whatever. So we called and got a consultation with a new fertility doctor, and he did like a blood panel, and that one test that was elevated when we lived in Rexburg, and the OB just like sloughed it off. Yeah, that is what like told our the specialist, like, this is what's wrong. He diagnosed me with a what's it called? An autoimmune disease.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes, called antiphospholipid syndrome. So that's where anytime I got pregnant, my body was thinking it was like a foreign object.
Oh, really?
And my blood would like thicken up on all the vessels that were going to the baby. It'd thicken it up and close it off so that the baby would just...
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I guess it's still kind of a newly studied like autoimmune disease. I was reading a lot about it when I was diagnosed with it. And it's like a symptom of it is having miscarriages. And then, but other than that, like a lot of people don't find out they have it until later in life when they have blood clots or heart attacks, because you just have thicker blood. Yeah. And so, when we found that out, we started on blood thinners, on Lovenox, and they're injections that I had to do twice a day, every single day throughout my pregnancy, both pregnancies and even future pregnancies. Like, I'll always have to do this. And that seemed to like do the trick. Yeah. Like, we have not had any problems since being on blood thinners. And
it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's like you find the one thing.
It is. Well, and I'm so grateful for modern medicine, because what about 10 years ago, 20 years ago? Like,
it'd be, there's nothing. Yeah. It's crazy. Like, we truly are blessed. Yeah. Like, I feel that same way with all the stuff that I'm doing too. Like, I take shots every 3 days and take some pills. I think it's enclomiphene and HCG. Wow. Can't say it. Speak. It's been a long day. But yeah, so I mean, like that's one way that, we potentially might have kids, but it's such a small little thing that, my body just doesn't produce certain hormones and those bring them in.
Yeah.
So you got on that pretty quickly and then.
Yeah. So I got on it and he was like, wait like 2 to 3 months.
Yeah.
But we got on it and got pregnant the same month. It didn't do anything.
Crazy.
Like it ended up being fine. And, now we have Reese and he's 4.5 years old and he's just the sweetest spirit I've ever met in a kid. Maybe I'm biased because he's my own kid.
I don't know. He's a pretty sweet kid.
But yeah, he's so like, yeah. And same with Margot. Like we got on that right away as soon as I found out I was pregnant.
Yeah.
And didn't have any problems.
That's amazing. Yeah. So, I mean, like, how long was that journey from when you found out in Rexburg for the first time to when Reese was born?
Let's see. I got pregnant with Reese in 2020 and like the middle of 2020. And we had our first miscarriage in August of 18.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah.
3 years?
Yeah, about that. Or
27. Let's see. I guess 2017 was our first miscarriage.
2017.
Yeah.
Yeah, and during that time, I have to apologize to you because I didn't really know what you guys were going through, and I was like, Drew, come hang out with us all the time.
Don't even worry about
and
it.
Drew was sad, and he's like, yeah, that sounds good. He just probably want to get out of the house, and then all of a sudden, you're at home by yourself.
It's okay because
so messed up.
That's how Drew was coping with grief, was you, and so I know he's always been super grateful for you, just to be there.
Like looking back now, I'm like, man, Drew should have just been with his wife. Like, what a terrible thing.
That's okay. I was only slightly depressed.
I was actually. That's so sad. I was talking to Allie about that. We were driving home from somewhere, and I was like, Emily probably hated me at the beginning. Like when I was up there, I was just like, so bad. But, anyways,
I promise I didn't.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that, but if you hold some hard feelings, I totally understand. One thing I was really interested to ask you is how going through that experience has changed your parenting style or like how you look at your kids. Has anything been different than, I guess?
So, yeah, I get it. So even though I say this, I don't want it to come off like kids are not pure chaos because they are, right? And they test your patience to the very, very tippy top. Like I'm not an angry person. I feel like I'm generally go with the flow. And man, my kids, they spike my cortisol levels every single day.
They're so fun though.
But I like to think that like everything we went through has made me a more patient person. And I was actually just talking to Allie about this today in your kitchen.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I was like, who knows, maybe what you guys are going through, maybe that's why. Maybe you both need to learn some patience, or we never really know the lessons that we're being taught through our challenges.
That's true. That's definitely true. I mean, I feel like we are learning a little bit of patience too, because it is, we try something for 3 months and then it's like, okay, well, let's get another test, and then who knows how that goes. If it goes well, then I'm sure they'll do something different, or if it doesn't, it might be like, hey, let's get another procedure or whatever. I don't know. But it's hard. Yeah. Like that same thing, like even as hard as it is, it's been interesting for me because like, I feel like a lot of the times I actually carry a lot of gratitude. Because at the end of the day, like Allie and I talk about this all the time. We know we'll have kids either naturally or, through a donor or adoption. Like there's options out there. And at the end of the day, I'm just like, at least I have my wife. At least I'm healthy. I'm not like I was back in 2020 when I was a stick. And, things are pretty good. But yeah, it's interesting what types of lessons that you do learn going through these types of things.
Oh, yeah.
It's hard.
I think it also makes you, one, just grateful for the journey that you go through. Like as sucky and hard as it was to go through 5 miscarriages, I'm so grateful for it. Like, no doubt, I know with all my heart that challenge was Heavenly Father like shaping me into who I am today. And So yeah, it sucked.
Yeah.
And I'm like so sorry that you guys are going through it, but I know that you guys are going to come out stronger on the end.
Yeah, I know that too, and I appreciate you saying that. It's I couldn't go at it alone. Like if I was married to anyone else other than Allie, I think I'd probably be like, okay, I'm not even trying anymore. But Allie's such a good support. She helps me like on the days where I'm super low. She knows how to like pick me up, and I'm sure you and Drew kind of bounced off each other like that too. But how did you guys support each other, during that time, and how did you guys grow closer to one another?
So I've thought about this question today because I remember Drew being on here once and talking about this, and he was like, I completely forgot about myself and I like put all my energy towards Emeli. Like I remember
That's what
him
he
saying
said?
that, or maybe, yeah, I'm pretty sure he has said that on your podcast. And he was like, that's what you got to do is you got to just forget yourself. But I do not agree with that. I think it is very important, one, to take time for yourself.
Yeah.
But like you do have to lean on each other. Drew was like, I just wouldn't let myself have hard days. But it's okay to have hard days.
Yeah.
It's okay to be like, I can only give 20% today.
Yeah.
Can you help? Can you meet me with the other 80%? Like, no doubt, because we went through that so early on in our marriage. We got married really young. He was 21. I was 20 when we got married.
I think I was the oldest of the family. I was 26.
Yeah.
Old man.
But I have no doubt because we went through a challenge like that, first thing in our marriage, we are much closer today.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's important to be there for each other and to talk to each other. As hard as it is, I am not an emotional person. My family was not raised to like talk.
Yeah.
Like emotionally, it was like, oh, if you're feeling something, just brush it to the side.
Yeah.
So
push it down.
It was. I know Drew got frustrated with me all the time because I wouldn't want to talk about anything.
Yeah.
But I will admit, the more and more you talk about it, the better it feels. And when you're being vulnerable with each other, like you're only going to grow closer.
Yeah. That's great advice. And I feel that way too. It's like you just got to get it off your chest sometimes.
Yeah.
Like,
It's hard.
Hey, this sucks.
It's very hard.
Yeah, absolutely
But
it is, but
you feel better.
it's worth it.
Yeah.
Like it's worth it. It's you have that one hard conversation and it literally feels like a breath of fresh air. And that support piece with people who are going through infertility, I think is a pretty tricky one. And I may have sent you a question regarding this, but that's one thing, like I don't really know how to help others who are going through it. But after going through it myself, like I kind of have a good understanding of like what you should say and what you shouldn't say. But from your experience, like, did you have anyone that was like, hey, that was a really nice thing that this person said or did? And then like the complete opposite, like, are there things that you should avoid saying to people who are going through something like this?
Yes. So would you believe it if I told you that someone close to me told me these exact words? Maybe you just weren't meant to have kids.
No way.
Do not ever, ever, ever say that to someone.
Way. Do I know them?
Yes.
All right.
But
off air, you'll have to tell me.
Yeah. Do not ever, ever say anything like that. Or like,
that's horrible.
Maybe it's just not in the cards. Do not ever say that to someone who's struggling having kids because it hurt me so bad.
I can imagine.
And Drew wasn't there when they told me that. And I think I went home and told Drew. Maybe he was there. I don't know. But Drew was like, I just want to punch him in the face. You know?
Sounds about right.
I was like, oh, like that just hurt so bad.
That's what a horrible thing to say.
I still remember it. And that was like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So it has stuck with me.
Avoid anything like that.
It hurt me so bad.
Yeah, that's horrible.
So do not ever, ever say that. As for like what you should say or you should do, that's such a good question. But I always felt better when I talked about it. I didn't love when people would give me advice. You know, it'll happen when it happens. I didn't love that piece of advice.
I mean, that's the thing. It's like you don't know if that's true. It's like I mean, it'll happen when it happens. Great, but that could be 10 years from now.
That's the most generic thing to say, and it's not what I wanted to hear.
Right.
I mean, maybe people are different. I don't know, but I really loved when people would just listen. Yeah. When they would say, "I don't know what to say right now, but I'm listening and I'm here for you." And that's all I needed to make me feel better. And
I love that.
I feel like I didn't get it a ton, maybe a couple people here and there, but I would have liked to talk about it more and get just my feelings more off my chest versus internalizing them. Yeah.
I mean, it does do something to you. Like when you're able just to sit there and talk to someone about it and have them hear you. I totally agree with what you said. Like sometimes you don't need to offer advice to someone who's going through it. It's just like sit there and listen to them and let them know that you're there for them and that you care about them. I was having this conversation with someone at work the other day. Like she has 2 twins. She's actually in the same exact situation you are, but 1 year earlier. She has a 3-year-old boy and 2 twin girls. But I was just talking to her about it, and like she said the same exact thing. She's like, I don't know what to say, but like you can tell me whatever you want.
Yeah.
And I was just like, you know what? That's super nice. And it's helpful. Like it doesn't feel like they're trying to solve all your problems. It's just like, hey, I care about you and I'm listening.
Yeah.
So it's huge.
Well, and what's interesting, well, not really interesting, but like a lot of times I feel like when it comes to infertility, you can't give advice. Like, because everyone's going through their own thing. Yeah. And have you even been through it? Like, so like, I don't want someone who never went through it to come to me and just be like, you just got to keep pushing through. Like,
see, that's a great piece of advice, because there's someone that you and I both know that I'll tell you afterwards who gives me advice, and they don't have kids.
It's like, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. You have not been through this. Like, it's okay though.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to give advice. Right. If you just are loving and you listen, or if they don't want to talk about it, some people don't like talking about it, that's okay too. Like, just let them know that you're there for them.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
I remember you had a mommy blog for a while.
I did.
You talked about some of these things. What did you talk about on those?
So I only posted a couple times, because I think then I had Reese, or, Reese just became so busy, and then I had Margot pretty quickly afterwards. And I don't know. I should start it back up.
Do you remember what it was called?
Yeah, it was called Prickly Pear and Pecker.
Prickly Pear and Pecker.
Yeah, because it's talking about infertility. I thought it was so clever.
I like it.
About like a pecker.
That's pretty good.
It was so funny. And then Prickly Pear, because there's cactuses in
Arizona. Why not?
Yeah. It was called Prickly Pear and Pecker. And I had just kind of talked about our journey. And what was actually really cool about that is that I had someone in my ward text me one time, and she was like, I read every blog post because my daughter is going through it. And she did not have problems like with fertility. Yeah. She had 6 kids, no issues or anything. And she said, but reading your blog has helped me to know how to help her.
Interesting.
Or like to think about like things that she is going through.
Yeah.
And so that was really special to me. And I should have kept it going, but I didn't.
You can always start it back up.
That's true.
Hey, getting after it's all about that.
That's very true.
One time I had a phase of the podcast. It was between when Allie and I got engaged to when we got married, to where I didn't post. So you can always restart it.
Yeah, I should. I've talked to Allie about it a few times, like how I've always wanted to do that, just like to help people. Because infertility is not talked about very often.
I was just about to say, it's like, it's almost taboo to talk about it. Like people, I think they get nervous addressing the topic, and they don't, one, want to offend people, and 2, it's like, it's kind of uncomfortable.
Yeah, it is.
You can't have kids.
It's hard talking about loss and people's struggles, but and maybe that's why I kind of struggled through it a little bit, is because no one would talk to me about it, and I thought I was alone because I didn't really know anything about infertility and miscarriages. And so I was going through a lot of it alone, but
I think you should do it, because one thing I've learned through going through it is it's more common than you think. Like I've had multiple friends who have gone through it, and like I was surprised, honestly, because I was like, I thought it was a really rare thing, but it happens a lot.
Yeah.
So I don't know. People just need to.
Yeah. I think I read somewhere that like 1 in 4 pregnancies end in miscarriage.
1 in 4?
1 in 4 pregnancies end in miscarriage.
That's terrifying, actually. It's kind of scary.
Isn't that like crazy?
Yeah. You got a 75% chance.
Yeah. I mean, majority of it happens like in the first trimester.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Man, yeah, that's wild. I
One
didn't
in
know
four,
that.
25% chance.
That's crazy. I'd be, yeah. Well, data sometimes is scary, but
Yeah.
I want to bring back like one thing that you talked about. You talked about, how Heavenly Father has helped you learn a lot of lessons during this time. And I think faith plays such a role in times like this, and relying on God, trying to have the communication with Him or whatever it is, that support. Did you have any practices or did you do anything to try and, focus on God or anything like that? Like, how did faith play a role in this time in your life?
I will admit that for a long time, I was just angry and hopeless. And Drew and I, when we were in the family ward in Rexburg, we were called to work with like sunbeams, which is
That's
like the
brutal.
the
Yeah,
4-year-olds,
young ones.
or 3-year-olds. And we hated going to church. We did not want to like see kids. It just hurt us really bad to think that like we're surrounded by kids. Yeah, we can't. Like we really struggled with it, and probably me more than him.
Yeah.
And I had lost a lot of, not completely. I knew Heavenly Father was there, but I was mad. I was really, really mad. And I actually maybe I shared this with you and Allie, I don't know, but I was reading through my journal recently of a entry from when we were going through all that. And I had said like Heavenly Father hates me. Like, why am I going through all of this? What have I done to deserve this? Like, He's abandoned me. I keep praying and praying and praying, and He's not answering. And when I read that, I was so hurt, because if that girl could see who I am today, she would be so flippin' proud that she has awesome. 3 kids.
Yeah.
Like, and so I will admit I lost a lot of faith, and I really struggled. And probably if it weren't for Drew, I would be in a, I don't know,
different situation.
I would be, not a good person. No, just kidding. But
not for a second.
Yeah, we actually, when we moved home, we got a lot better about going to church and being together more, and slowly hope came back, and it came back, and it came back. And I think as long as you are putting in that effort, you will not be abandoned. Like, He will never, ever leave you. And I wish I could have told myself that then, because when you're in the thick of it, you don't want to be told that. Like, I feel like when you are going through it, your mind automatically just keeps going down and down and down and down.
Oh yeah, it's a spiral.
Yeah,
you have to catch it, or it's like it's dangerous. And that's what I've learned too. Like, through many of my trials, I think when I was sick, that's when I first learned about like really putting faith in God. Because there was a time where it's kind of like you, where I was mad. I was like, I used to be this buff, strong athlete guy in college, and now I'm 135 pounds and can't get out of bed. Like, random things. And I remember just having conversations like with God. I was just praying, and it's like the time when I couldn't look at screens or anything, so I'd just sit in a dark room. And I was just like, why is this happening to me? Like, I'm in the prime of my life. I'm supposed to be, dating, going to school, like doing all these fun things. And like, I can barely get out of bed. And I just remember having those conversations. And then I just remember, like, that's the beauty of knowing Jesus Christ, is He understands you completely. And it was like a flip switched one of the days I was laying in bed. I wish I wrote it down, but like, I just remember thinking like, hey, you know what? This does suck, but I'm not alone. Like, Christ knows exactly how I'm feeling. And once I understood that, like, going into like infertility right now with us, it's that same idea. It's like, this is terrible. This really is, like, I would say there's no positives from going through this. I'm sure we'll see that, in hindsight's 2020, but like, I just still feel like, hey, Christ knows exactly how you feel. And, you experienced infertility different than I will. And same with Allie. And, but you understand like some of the same things, but Christ understands how I feel completely. So it's kind of just like a cool perspective to me, thinking like, Jesus Christ, He understands me completely. He knows how to help me. And it's like you said, just turning to Him and trying to have that faith.
Yeah.
It's tough though. It really is.
It is. Yeah. Actually today I heard a song and it reminded me of when we were going through all this stuff. Was the first time I heard it back when we were going through all of our infertility. And it's a song about Jesus, and it's this girl on a ship in the middle of the ocean, and she's like, the water's deep, like the waves are raging.
Yeah.
Why am I here? Why did you bring me here? And Jesus's response is like, well, what if I didn't bring you here to drown you, but to cleanse you? And like, I know the water's deep, but if you only knew, like, I'm here for you, you know? And it's such a really beautiful song. And it's a great reminder of like, we constantly, through all of our trials, infertility, having kids is a trial in its own.
Yeah.
Like, you're constantly finding or learning new things. Like, no matter what we're going through, we're being challenged because we are growing.
Yeah.
And that's a crazy way to think. I mean, that's how I look at my challenges now, are like, this is so hard, but I'm growing from this.
Yeah. There's a quote I love. It's just, growth isn't meant to be comfortable. And it makes sense. Like, you're supposed to get out there and build yourself up, and, you know, going through these experiences, as hard as they are, they do teach you a lot. So yeah, I mean, if you, if there was someone listening right now that's going through infertility and doesn't really have any hope or anything like that, I know you talked about, like, you know, the advice that you would like is just to have people listen. But if you did have to give one piece of advice to someone, do you have anything?
Yeah, I would tell them, and I would tell you, you are not broken. You are enough. I know that your body may be struggling, or whoever's listening to this, I don't know your story, but you might feel broken. You might feel like nothing's working out, but you are enough, and you're not going through it alone. I'm here for you, and your family's here for you. And if you're watching, you can send me a message, and I'd be happy to message you. I had someone do that one time, like, random girl messaged me.
I'll put your Instagram handle in the bio.
But that would be the biggest thing. It's just like, you don't have to go through any of this alone.
Yeah. No, I appreciate that. And then, like, it really is how I feel a lot of the times. Is like, I have those thoughts, like, I am broken, but I know it's just, that's not true. And yeah, it's tough, but yeah, I appreciate that. It's great advice, because I think that's the biggest thing that people face when they're going through it.
Yeah.
Obviously there's the grief piece, but I think if you're not careful with it, that can take, you know, internal pretty quick.
Yeah.
So
you've got to find peace where you are.
Yeah.
Your path to parenthood, like, you'll get there.
Yeah. I love it. You have anything else you want to share?
I don't know. No.
Nothing? You're doing Team Tim?
Yes.
All right, there we go.
I am for sure the half marathon. I'm thinking about doing the full.
Yeah, there we go. Well, actually, I have a story.
Okay.
So, when was the Shamrock run?
So that was when Reese turned a year old.
Okay, so 2021?
Yeah, my first half marathon.
So that's the race that I remember we were sitting around the table and you're like, hey guys, I'm doing a half marathon. Does anyone want to join?
I think it was 22.
Was it 22?
I think it was 22. Yeah. Reese was born in 21.
Okay. Yeah. Cause
yeah.
No, you're right. You're right.
22.
Yeah. It's 22. Cause then I was moving up to Pattern, or to Utah. But that was the race that I signed up for. And the doctors were like, you can't run it. You're going to have a heart attack. But that's the race that I attribute getting me into running. So
Brett, thank you.
That's because of you. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
It was like that race was interesting because it was like, you know, I had to prove to myself that I could still earn that medal.
Yeah.
And so when I, they sent the medal to me because I didn't go and all that stuff. And Dina's like, hey, like, I'm going to send it to you. And I was like, you can't send it to me unless I run.
I remember her telling me that, like, Brett won't let me give it to him until he runs it.
Like,
I'm
not
like,
a chance.
well, he's got a point.
I gotta
he didn't earn it.
Yeah. I don't want just a medal for no reason. But yeah, that's because of you. So here we are today.
I'm grateful. I remember your mom and I ran a half marathon once.
Oh, yes.
I don't even know like when this was, but you were totally like our support team. Like would meet us at different checkpoints with Gatorade and water.
Like I'd have Gatorade for you guys. I'd be following you in the car just to make sure you guys were safe. I mean, I was like, what, 20. I had nothing going on.
I don't know.
It's like random Saturday.
Yeah.
But hey, you guys did it.
Yeah, we did it.
I mean, you get after it still.
That was the start of running, I would say. Yeah. My goal is to run at least a half marathon at like my year postpartum mark.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I ran one.
Every pregnancy?
Every pregnancy. So that's I ran one when Reese turned a year, and then I got pregnant pretty much like that same week.
Yeah.
And then I ran one when Margaret turned a year, and that's when Allie flew down and ran it with me.
I remember that.
Yeah.
She loved that race, actually.
We adopted Ellie, and I count my first team Tim as like, that's my dedication to her.
That's pretty good. Yeah, that works.
Was that one. Yeah. And then I ran a marathon a little bit after that. And
yeah. So why are you deciding between the half and the full?
So I actually trained for a full. No, I trained for a full this year. Drew and I both trained for that one in California.
Oh yeah.
But I have a herniated disc and spinal stenosis. So
I didn't know you had a herniated disc.
Yeah, that's why I was having all those back problems.
Oh geez.
So I think the furthest I got last year when I was training was like 15 miles, and I like going anything past that was just hurting my back so bad.
That makes sense.
So, and I had been dealing with back pain on and off for like 2 years.
Yeah.
And just like a few months ago, went and had like an X-ray and an MRI, and found out I had that.
It's brutal.
So I've had steroid shots in my back.
You got roided up.
I'm not painless, but I'm less painful. So my goal is to keep going as far as I can. Yeah. I'm training for the marathon.
Okay.
But I don't want to kill myself. So.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, and back issues you got to be careful with.
Yeah, right now I'm trying to just run through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Goggins. You got the Goggins in you.
Oh my gosh. He's intense.
All those guys are just crazy.
Seriously.
But yeah, no, I think it's awesome. And that's one thing like I really admire you for, and really any mom out there who's like not just training for things, but like just staying active and working out. Because like I see how difficult it is with the 3 kids. Mm-hmm. Like there's little time, they're always running around. You can't take them to the gym. Drew was telling me your gym has a rule of like 30 minutes in the
so the previous gym I would go to, had
so
like
bad.
You had to like time or sign up for like time slots.
So
but
dumb.
It was like there was something in their app that was only letting you sign up for 30 minutes at a time. Like it could never get more. And I was like, this is absolutely like who works out for 30 minutes?
Yeah. And on top of that, so you take them, you got the 30-minute starts, then you got to go stretch, get ready. And then it's like, okay, the workout's done.
Yeah. So now I have 2 hours though.
Yeah.
I can leave them for 2 hours in the
there you go.
kids club area. So yeah, I think when it comes to like working out in parenthood, like you just have to be intentional. It is very easy to slip into like that. I don't want to get them in the car seats and then go to the gym. And then what if they start crying at the gym? Then I have to leave. Like that's happened where I've been there for 15 minutes and my kids won't settle down. And so I have to leave.
That's brutal.
And so, I think the more intentional you are about it, the easier it can be. Like, I'm not saying it's ever easy, but like, I will say though, the example it sets to your kids is absolutely phenomenal. Like, when
there's so many cool studies
Drew
about
and
that
I
too.
like, we both like to run. Obviously, Drew's way more into it than I am currently. But
you better be. We're running 50 miles in April.
Seriously, you don't think your kids are watching, but Reese will come up to us and be like, "Hey, can we go for a run? Hey, can I go outside and go for a run?" And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, that's so precious."
My favorite was the beginning, like the morning of our ultra race. Reese was like, "Let's go run around." It's just like at the start line. It's like 7 a.m.
He was just you a workout before you go run your race.
So awesome, and like I think it's you hear that common phrase like the best way to lead is by example.
Yeah,
and I think it's awesome to like the fact that you and Drew are both like avid at making sure that you get workouts in and taking care of your bodies. Eating right, that is going to, reflect onto your kids.
Yeah.
I obviously don't have kids, so I can't say that.
We try.
Yeah.
I mean, it is so easy to just have chicken nuggets and mac and cheese and all those unhealthy things that we grew up with.
Yeah.
I was not taught a lot about nutrition growing up. Like,
I was not either.
I was in sports.
Yeah.
Pretty active, but nutrition, nuh-uh.
I was in sports until I got fat and chubby as a kid, and then I was like, all right, I'm out.
Yeah,
but that's when I was pounding,
so now as an adult, it's hard to like rewire your brain of like, oh, we shouldn't be, having lemonade at every single meal or going to have, Taco Bell and McDonald's and all the good stuff.
I mean, it's delicious, but
it is delicious. But yeah. And I will say, like, your gut health and your brain health work hand in hand, because when we are eating like crap like that, I cannot tolerate my kids. Like I have such a hard time, because I start feeling bad about myself, and then I don't want to go work out, and then my cortisol levels spike because I can't, run out my stress. Right. And so like all these things, it's a domino effect of like, if you're not doing your best in one area, all of your other areas in your life are going to fail.
Yeah. You gotta, I mean, it's hard. But it's like that quote that Jocko says, discipline equals freedom. If you can be disciplined in each of those areas, like with your food, you'll have a healthier body. With your fitness, you'll feel better about yourself, and you'll feel better just overall. Mm-hmm. Literally everything. Like, you have to have discipline in, most of the areas of your life, your faith. Kids, I don't know how to discipline kids, but
I don't know either. I'm still trying
that would just
to
be another thing that's like, hopefully leading by example works, but I'm sure I'll figure that out.
Yeah. I mean, we're not perfect. We yell and we lose it and we eat unhealthy, and but yeah, I think in parenthood and with your health and exercising, as long as you're trying your best and you're trying to teach your kids to be good people, then I think you're doing pretty great.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Well, I think you guys are awesome, and so glad that you guys are like, you have the family that you do, because it's awesome to see. Like, because I remember you guys going through some of that, and it was tough. Like, I know it was tough on Drew. I can't imagine what it was like for you. But also, like, it also gives me hope, because Allie and I are kind of in the same situation, and like, there is hope. So yeah, I appreciate you coming on and talking about this, really, because it's uncomfortable. Some people don't want to talk about it. But really, I think most people just don't know what to do if they are faced with this.
Yeah.
So I think it's, definitely a topic that's worth bringing up multiple times. And, so if you ever want to come again, you totally can. But,
okay.
No, anything else, before wrap up?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, yeah, seriously, thank you so much. And everyone else listening, thank you for taking the time, to spend with us today. And, if it meant something at all to you or helped out, share it with a friend who might be going through something. And as always, keep getting after it. Thanks, guys.